Hello, it's time once again for another completely pointless and ponderous facts episode regarding squad leader and advanced squad leader. Number of things for you today, so I'm going to just get right to it. We're going to start off with Solitaire ASL, a game that is loved and hated by those who love ASL. Why? Because it's different than ASL. It's not synonymous. A lot of people like it, but probably equal number of people, if not more, hate it. Again, because it is different than your average ASL game. So what we have here with this, this is a first edition. You can tell that by the Avalon Hill logo on the box, among other things. What do you get with this? You get a number of counters, some charts, and your generation tables. And generation tables will consist of US, partisan, Russian, and German. Then you have, and also your scenarios, I should add. And the scenarios are special for solitaire, ASL, SASL, because you can't just use this on any old ASL scenario. So you have to use the scenarios that are included in the box. Then you have the second edition, which is noted by the M&P symbol at the bottom here. Second edition, looks like there's some rules updates, nothing too major. 2 counter sheets as opposed to 1. Nothing new, nothing different, just more, and more is always better. So you have 2 counter sheets, but you also have all of these generation tables: Vichy French, Chinese, Japanese, Italian, U.S. Pacific Theater, U.S. Marine Corps, British, and Allied Minor. None of this is included in the first edition. You also have the same scenarios that are included in the first edition, but 7 additional scenarios. So once you get to Human Wave, you're going to have Pursuit. This is not included in the first edition. You're going to have Air Landing, River Assault, Bridgehead, Escape or Escape, if you like, Amphibious Assault, and Beach Defense. None of those are included in the first edition. They are 7 additional scenarios that are included strictly in the second edition box. Why is that important? Again, because you can't just use any old solitaire or any old ASL scenario and turn it into a solitaire. You have to use the scenarios that are included in the box. Now, let's say you want to play solitaire ASL without using the SASL rules. The rules can seem cumbersome to some and confusing to others. A couple of options here. You have this. This is ATS Advanced Tobruk System Robot. And this could be easily adapted to squad leader with a little bit of ingenuity. It includes cards and the rules that allow the system to run the enemy for you. So I think I got this at, I don't remember where I got this. But anyway, it can be easily obtained, I think, through Noble Knight or even the actual website that sells ATS stuff and critical hit stuff. The actual website name escapes me at the moment, but it's easily found. Another option is this, the Conflict of Heroes solo expansion. And this thing is a groundbreaking, if nothing else, because it's a great system, but also it looks like this set the bar for other companies to do likewise, and that's a good thing. I think Lock and Load is now coming out with a solo system, and I want to say is inspired, quote unquote, by this. But also, and probably more interesting than even that, I don't have anything to show you regarding this, but there's a gentleman named Peter Kossits. That's Kossits. If you head to Board Game Geek, plug in ASL Starter Kit 1, and go to the threads or forums, you'll see something regarding solitaire or bot system for ASL Starter Kit. Now, he has a Dropbox of stuff that you can get, including cards, the rules. He also has some AARs regarding a particular example playthrough using the system that this guy came up with, and it's very intriguing. So I'd like to see where he goes with this, and hopefully develops it further and expands it, because it seems very promising. That said, I also have a couple other things to show you before I get out of here. Toyed around with the idea of personalized leader cards. Now, these are personalized SS leader cards. What is a personalized leader card? Well, again, it's something that is not needed. It's superfluous. But it was fun developing. So let's say you want to be represented on the board. You personally, you have your personal leader card. So Sergeant Linden, 8 neg 0, if you choose. And you would use a dry erase marker and mark accordingly anything that is appropriate to Sergeant Linden. Or you could have Sergeant Gibbler, 8 neg 1, and mark anything appropriate to him. Also came up with Lieutenant Loth, 9 neg 1, and Lieutenant Scissor, 9 neg 2. Now, I don't have the highest or the lowest included at this time, but again, just toying around with the idea of personalized leader cards. More junk and stuff that you don't need. Leave it to me to come up with that. And then finally, what is a pocket edition? Well, without a pocket to put it in. Let's see if I can... Yep, there it is. Pocket edition. And I can't do this with one hand, but thought I'd make a slipcase for that, and worked out fairly nice my first try. There's the slipcase, just cardstock, and was trying to figure out what to cover it with. I suppose you could cover it with fabric. I used black gaff tape that my sweetheart always has around the house, as she is a film producer. So I put the little symbol on it and coated that with an overspray so it doesn't smear or smudge when it gets wet. So a pocket for the pocketbook, and yeah, nice little slipcase. So I think that is it for this episode. Until next time, talk to you later.